In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Google Drawing and the various features that are here. The very first thing you do when you open up any Google document of any sort is to give your document a title. So highlight that and just give this title maybe Test. The reason we do that is because we tend to lose our files in our Google Drives, and at least this way you're able to find the one that you need. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the menu items. Of course, we have our file, which is where we open new documents. We can rename them, move them to the trash, set up pages, that sort of thing. We're not going to go through that very much. We have our edit, which is undo, so remember Control Z is your oops button. Select all, Control A is a good one. View is where we can zoom in and out. And these, we're not going to worry about that for now. We'll get to insert later. So first of all, I'm going to just point out the select tool. In almost every program, the solid arrow is a select tool. That is the one that you select things with, and you know things are selected when they are highlighted in some way. So first I'm going to actually use the shape tool. When we select the shape tool, I'm going to tap it and you'll see various shapes that we can use here. I'm going to go with a basic circle. If I just click and drag a circle, you will see that I get an oval shaped. The default is gray with a black outline. But what if I want a circle? If I do the same thing, click here for a circle, and in this time hold the Shift key down, I can make a perfect circle. Okay, and the same works for rectangles. So I can make a rectangle, or I can make a perfect square by holding the Shift key down like that. Okay, so I'm hiding a few things, and I'm doing this on purpose. Sometimes when you draw on top of other objects, you want to be able to see the stuff behind it. You want to arrange this so that this square is behind the objects that I just drew. So I'm going to go to the Arrange menu, Order, and I'm going to send it either backward, which sends it one step backward at a time, or in this case I want it all the way to the back, so I will send it backward. And so now you can see the square with the three objects in front. There's lots of other shapes to play with, and you can do that at your pleasure. Okay, so now let's color these. Now remember, I have the select tool and I want to color the square. I'm not going to be able to color anything. There's nothing here on the menu because I have selected nothing. So I'm going to tap on the square, and now I've selected the square, and now all of these choices appear. Okay, so the bucket, see the little bucket with the gray or blue underline? I'm going to tap that, and I'm going to be able to see all the colors that I can that I might want. So I'm just going to tap green, and I get a green. I can go gradient, and then I can have a green gradient. Okay, but I'm going to stick with the solid color for now, so a solid green. Now if I want to change the border, I can do that by clicking border weight. So I'm going to be really drastic, and I'm going to make it quite large by choosing 8 pixels. So now I have a very large border that's fat, and now I'm going to change the border color by clicking the pencil tool. Now I will be able to choose a border. I'm going to go with red, kind of Christmassy. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to choose another one. I'm going to pick a different color for that one. I'm going to go with a darker red. And this time I'm going to choose a big border again. And this time I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to make it into dots. You'll see it has this weird outline right now, and that's going to disappear as soon as I deselect it, which I will then get the dots. So then I could go ahead and make other choices here, and I'll just do something different here, and we're good. Okay, so this is how you do basic shapes. So what I want you to do is I want you to stop the video now, and I want you to draw a perfect square, a perfect circle, an oval, a rectangle, and I want you to play with the borders and discover those. When you are finished, come back and watch the more of the video. Okay, you're back. The next menu item that I'm going to show you is the line. Now, whenever you see an upside down triangle, that always means that there's another menu. There's a menu here. So I'm going to tap that, and that's going to show me the kind of lines that I can do. The regular line, the regular old line, is just this. If I hold the shift key down, it keeps it going, it snaps it to sort of 15-degree increments. Okay, I can make that line bigger. Okay, I can make that line dotted, and I can do all kinds of stuff like that. I can even give it an arrow. Actually, I'm going to make that more solid and thinner. I can give it an arrow at one end, and at the other end I can give it a different kind of arrow. Okay, select tool will allow me to move the arrow around. So if I want to point this arrow at the circle, there it is. I can do that. Okay, you have other lines in here. You have the arrow that builds in an automatic arrow, so I can point another arrow there. You have I'm going to not worry about these quite now. The curved line, when you draw with a curved line, I'm tapping and clicking, and it will automatically curve my line. And when I double click, it ends up, I happen to have the arrow on here, which isn't quite what I wanted, so I'm going to take that off. Okay, now the really cool thing is that I can change this. I can go to my select tool, and I can double tap, and you will see these purple dots. Now these purple dots will allow me to change this shape however I want to do. So if I'm not happy with the line that I did, I can change it, okay, which is pretty cool. So double tap, and you will be able to change your line. So that gives you a curvy tool, a curvy line, which is okay. And again, I can change the size of it. Sorry, this one. I can change the color of it if I want to. Okay. Now the next line is the polyline tool. The polyline tool is pretty cool, and it's like this, but all I have to do is tap, and I can change it as I please. Okay. When I come up to the beginning, it will snap to it, and then I can get a closed shape, which is what we're going to need to do later on in another assignment. Again, I can change the color of this, and I can even give the border a transparent border so that you don't see it at all. Okay, I'm going to go to the select tool, I'm going to double tap, and now I can change the way this formed. So now I can make somewhat of a cave thing. So I'm going to get you to stop the video now and go ahead and try those things as well. Okay, you're back. The next menu I'm going to show you is insert. So we're going to do something, insert word art. I'm not going to worry right now about charts and diagrams. You can do that at another time. But we're going to do word art. So I'm going to click on it, and it will give you a box up here that will tell you something. So we're just going to do, I'm just going to type in word art. And it looks pretty ordinary until I hit the return button. And now it gives you the giant word art. Now I can change the inside of the word art by going to the bucket and giving it a color. I can choose the border to do a different border. Maybe I want it blue. Maybe I want that border to be thicker. Okay, so I can do those sorts of things. I can even make it into dotted lines if I want to. It looks a little bit ridiculous, but you can do that. Now here's the fun part. I can choose the font to change it. So I can choose any of the fonts, and I could go to more fonts, and here you will be able to see all kinds of really cool fonts. If we go to the kinds of fonts, let me go to let's go to display fonts, because those are best for word art. And I can choose different ones. I can scroll down to see what I like. Whatever I have checked is what is in my library already. So I'm just going to scroll down and find something that I don't have that I think will make a good. This one will probably make a good one. It's called Titan 1. Press OK. Now I'm going to go here, and now all of a sudden, ta-da, it gets to the word art. So you can do that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to get you to stop the video again, and I want you to do word art. Now, don't be confused. We're not talking about text box. Word art. So insert word art. Go ahead and give that a try. Okay, you're back. Now, I did talk about the text box tool, and this is pretty standard. We click on the text box and we get to type something that we want, and that's pretty ordinary. If we want to change the font, we have to select it, and then we can choose any of the various fonts that we want. That's pretty ordinary, so give that a try. We want to move the box around. Now, if you want to delete this, rather than deleting the font, if you want to delete the whole thing, what you'll do is click on it, and when you get to that, see the 4 arrows? Tap on that, gets rid of the cursor. Then I can hit delete or backspace, and it will disappear. And I'm going to go Control Z to bring it back. Okay, now I'm going to move this away because I'm going to need the space. Now there's another thing I'm going to show you how to do, and that is to bring in a picture. So I'm going to click on image, and you can search from a variety of places. So you can upload it from the computer if you have one, or you can search the web. I'm just going to, for ease right now, I'm going to search the web, but oftentimes I give you a picture. And I'm just going to type in the search engine up here, cat, oops, and I'm going to pick a cat that I want to do. So I like this one, so I'm going to double tap that one, and whoops, yeah, and there it is. There's the cat. I'm going to bring it down. Okay, so, you know, that's pretty ordinary. I can give it a border if I want to and that sort of thing. But I want to do something extra special. Let's say if I love this cat. I'm going to go to the crop tool. So I can click crop, and I can actually drag these little black lines in, and now tap away. And now I've cropped away the part that I don't need. But what's really cool in Google Drawings is you can change the shape of this square. Remember I said the upside down triangle gives you a new menu, So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to choose a shape. This is my lovely cat. Not really, but let's say. I'm going to give it a heart shape, and I can turn that into a heart, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to get you to stop the video, find yourself a picture, pull it in, crop it, and then give it a new shape. I'll wait for you here. The very end of this, your page is full of experiments. I want you to save what you've done. So you're going to go to File. You're going to come down to Download As, and you can download it as either a JPEG, which will make all that transparent white, or you can download as a PNG. And then I want you to hand this in. So you're going to add it to your Google Classroom as proof that you have done this video and you've done everything I ask you to do. Okay? I hope you had fun, and if you have time left over and the class isn't finished, then you can start a new document. So go to File, New, and Drawing, and you can draw a picture. Good luck!